Our next speaker is Joanne O'Connor. She brings her experience in public relations, user experience, and project management to her current role as a cybersecurity training and education officer at HPE. She's one of the founding members of Women in Cybersecurity International, an internal women's group focused at raising the profile of cyber as a career for women in Ireland and aiming to achieve proportional gender representation at all levels, including leadership. She's also the lead for Ireland Cyber Women in Ireland, which at a country level looks to encourage the advancement and capacity of women involved in all aspects of the Irish security sector and security community through the exchange of information and the cultivation of productive relationships. Joanne was nominated to represent Ireland in the European Cybersecurity Organization Initiative Women for Cyber, which launched on January 19, and is an initiative to promote the role and participation of women in cybersecurity, taking into consideration the imperious growth of cybersecurity needs for skills and its overall impact on our society. Joanne was also nominated as one of the top 50 women in security in Europe by SC Magazine. She's also a board member of Cyber Ireland, a cluster organization focusing on the triple helix of industry, academia, and government, and focused on making Ireland a center of excellence for cybersecurity. We're thrilled to have Joanne with us, and I'll hand the floor to her.
Thank you very much. Hopefully you can hear me okay and see my slides okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, you know, a slant on the tech career, which is thriving in a cybersecurity career. So my name is Joanne O'Connor. I work in cybersecurity education and training. I'm also part of Cyber Ireland, as was mentioned, which is a cluster organisation that brings together industry, academia and government. And it's basically about making Ireland a centre of excellence for cybersecurity. So there's a couple of working groups within Cyber Ireland, but the one that I work on, which is pertinent to what we're talking about today, is all about talent and skills. And we have a talent and skills group, which is about ensuring a sustainable pipeline of cybersecurity talent. And we have a couple of projects that we work on within that, such as bringing cybersecurity education into the school system in Ireland, promoting cybersecurity jobs, cybersecurity courses, and then all about bringing knowledge to different security roles based on the NIST NICE framework. So as well as that, then I'm a part of a group that's called Cyber Women Ireland, which is in partnership with Cyber Ireland, and at a country level looks to encourage the advancement and capacity of women in all aspects of the Irish security sector and the security community through the exchange of information and cultivation of productive relationships. As well as that, we're passionate about driving a lot of the same talent and skills goals as Cyber Ireland, all about helping and engaging with the next generation of talent to fill the cyber pipeline, especially focusing on attracting more women into the sector, because we have very low numbers of women in the cybersecurity industry. So who is a cybersecurity career for? Well, if you do a quick Google image search of anything cybersecurity related, one would think that it's a very blue hooded male sector. So cybersecurity is actually quite a hot commodity in terms of career prospects. In recent years, it's often seen as kind of dark and mysterious sector to work in. But unfortunately, the image of security that we're trying to dismantle is this blue hoodie wearing male depiction. And actually cybersecurity attracts a lot of women. And we can really see the value of the work we do and how it can positively impact companies and lives and communities, and prevent crime and ultimately protect people. So in terms of the skills and traits that are most suited, the job sector is so broad and wide at the moment. So I mentioned the NIST NICE framework. So this details 52 different job roles that are present on a global scale in cybersecurity at the moment across 7 different sectors. So the amount of cyber roles is set to double in the next couple of years, with jobs that just don't even exist today will be existing. And you have many technical and non-technical roles. So I think it's important to mention that there is non-technical jobs, because people see cyber as just being solely technical, but it's not. And many skills are transferable from other industries and backgrounds as well. Like we need people from marketing and communications, law, people in project and program management, as well as all the technical side. And because there's a global shortfall of cybersecurity professionals at the moment, many hiring companies are just looking for well-rounded, strong professionals first and foremost, and people that are eager to engage in continuous professional development and be brought up to speed in the security-flavoured role that they're interested in. So more jobs than people. Anyone who's attended any sort of a talk on anything related to security, all we hear about that there's more jobs than people. And basically there's unfilled cybersecurity jobs are expected to reach about 1.8 million by 2022, which is a lot. But what are the barriers to entry? So I've seen a reoccurring narrative where job descriptions ask for far too many unrealistic amount of certifications when advertising positions. So this is a definite barrier. Some of the certifications can't be gained without several years of experience on the job experience. So having them listed on an intern rec is just frankly a bit ludicrous, and it seems to be happening more and more frequently. Many certifications as well are really expensive. So the investment by an individual can push people out of the marketplace. Thankfully, there are also many companies that know that a strong individual can be upskilled and assisted to fill a role, and that, you know, sometimes all the certifications in the world on your CV doesn't mean that you're a good fit for a job or for a company. Another barrier is the amount of qualified security professionals in the first place. So we have more jobs than people, so the people looking to jump into the field from another sector are really crucial. So many companies run what are called returnships, where people can either move into it from an entry-level position or jump from another career. So keep an eye for internship programs in cybersecurity. It's a really good way to get a flavor for what it's like to work in a security company and kind of try before you buy and see if it's a career that might be for you. So a little bit on the inclusion and diversity side. So there's been great strides in the last few years in the women in cyberspace. So many companies are setting up their own internal women in security initiatives. There are regional chapters of different women's groups popping up in different countries and continental movements. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the EXO Women for Cyber group that was created about 1.5 years ago, which is an EU movement that promotes, encourages and supports the participation of women in the cybersecurity field. So many other women's groups are involved in different programs promoting STEM, cybersecurity in schools. They offer free places on programs to hone women's confidence in speaking, so that we have more female speakers at events and conferences, which is what you see on the right side. That's the Australian Women's Security Network. They created a project called Project Friedman and basically gave women free slots on a public speaking program. And then at the end of it, they all spoke at a conference. So you have more females kind of on the speaking circuit, which is great. My own Women in Security group, based out of my organization, partnered with the Girl Scouts of America and created a cybersecurity game and curriculum, which was there to teach young girls about cybersecurity and online safety. So there's so much being done on the inclusion side in respect of women in cyber, but I think the diversity aspect continues to be something that requires a little bit more effort from everybody. So one thing that we have been working on is a parity pledge as part of Cyber Ireland and Cyber Women Ireland, and this is to ensure that cybersecurity webinars and conferences into the future in Ireland have a diverse range of speakers on them from race, age, gender and seniority, as we feel that not enough is being done in the diversity of people when conversations around security are happening. So it feels good to be part of something that's positive, that will hopefully affect positive change, and that we all get to visibly see a more diverse conversation around security happening. So some just resources and stuff to leave you with. So there's lots of opportunities available at the moment. In Ireland, there was a project created recently called The Lost Summer, which due to COVID, many graduates lost the chance to get internships in cybersecurity. So they created a virtual online internship that was developed, and people from the industry are curating it basically. So if anyone's interested in doing and keeping an eye out for virtual internships in cybersecurity, I would follow the #InfoSec hashtag on Twitter for opportunities for things like that. If you've had an internship maybe that was cancelled, for anyone who's looking for maybe some free training and tasters for security, I would go to cybrary.ie. They have lots of free training and content, and see if something there takes your interest. And then lastly, Cyber Women Ireland that I mentioned already, I would suggest going to the Cyber Ireland website. We have a page on there. Come join as a member and kind of join that community. Similarly to what Katie was saying, you know, find your community, find your tribe. And when you know people in the community, it's easier than when you go to conferences and events in person that you know people and you're kind of building up, you know, your circle, and that increases your chances for different things, for jobs and opportunities. And also the Cyber Ireland website in general just has loads of information on jobs, jobs and careers, and the nice framework that I mentioned, which details all of the 52 jobs in cyber. If you were interested, go there and check it out. But definitely sign up to our Cyber Women Ireland community if it's a community that you want to get involved with. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joanne. It's a field that I find very fascinating. And thank you so much for sharing the resources as well. Hopefully we can copy that in the chat for everyone with us here today.